Good morning, it's Janice Thompson from jazzledazzlecraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. So just maybe a couple of minutes early this morning, but just I'm thinking I need to lift this a little bit. Always goes wrong, doesn't it, when you try to change things? Right, I think that you can see most of my work surface now. Okay, so if you're here, say good morning. Good morning, Vicky, or I don't know, is it good evening for you? So this morning I'm going to play with the globally available paper pumpkin called Bouquet of Hope, which paper pumpkin is an all-inclusive card making kit that's available in North America and Canada on a monthly subscription. However, the other markets that Stampin' Up! Have, we just get occasional paper pumpkins, but it's still exciting, and I don't know, it's just what's in here. So I am going to open it up and get started. I'm just kind of hanging about, Vicky, to see if anyone else comes and joins us. So I hope you're okay. So if you've come and joined us, I know there's a couple of people watch me incognito, so to speak, kind of keep an eye on me, but they're doing something else at the same time. So just give it a moment or two for a few people to gather. It is just turned 11 now, and hopefully the notification has gone out. So someone's left us, but we'll just get going anyway. So anyone who comes into this after can always watch it on the replay. So let's not delay, we'll get going. I was just making sure that I was on the right page. Yet I am. So the sun is shining in the UK, absolutely beautiful, which is why some of my usual people might actually be out. And I've already been out and hung my washing out and started pluttering in the garden. Hi Shirley. I was just starting to wonder if anyone else apart from Vicky was coming in. So I'm opening this paper pumpkin, never been opened, to see what's in it and hopefully make a card or two. My idea today is to use this as per instructions this morning, but then to come on YouTube later on and do something, see if we can do something alternative with it. No idea what, because I haven't even looked to see what's in here yet. But I love the size of the box. It's a size, if it was a subscription, it could come through your letterbox in the UK. So, yeah, and it's a really good price point. And so let's show you what you have in here. The only thing that you don't get in here when we get this global one is a block. But if any very new person buys one of these from me, I will supply you with a block. So we have a stamp set, we'll have a look at that. We have ink, Mossy Meadow ink, beautiful blue tissue paper to do something else with. Always exciting when you open up. Did you add one of these to your order, Shirley? And then in here are all the other bits and pieces that you need. Oops, come out. Doesn't want to come out. My fingers are not. I don't want to damage this tissue, so it's really a pretty colour. Says she's poking a hole in it. So yeah, there's the kit. So let's just, the tissue is a bit torn, but it's such a pretty colour. What do you reckon, ladies? Coastal Cabana? Yeah, definitely. Coastal Cabana tissue paper. Hey Andrea, hey Heather. In you come. Paper pumpkin today. This is for anyone who's new to stamping or new to Stampin' Up or hasn't inked a stamp yet. This is an all-inclusive card kit, and it comes with the ink and the stamps. All you need to add is a block, and I made a pledge today. Anyone who orders one from me, I will supply you with a block. So there you go. The price for this kit in the UK is £20, so it's not a huge output, and it gets you stamping. So yeah, everything else is there. So we've got I'll Always Be Here For You, Sharing in Your Sorrow, Thinking of You, and Wishing I Could Be There to Hold Your Hand. This is, and Sorry for Your Loss. So they are for those occasions where we need that kind of card. However, you don't have to use those sentiments, and you could make cards with other sentiments using these beautiful flowers. But it is, you know, I'll always be here for you. That's great for your friends. Sorry for your loss. Unfortunately, we've had to say that a lot this year. However, I'm at the age now where I actually have to say that quite frequently. 30 Canadian dollars, it's 20 UK pounds. So you know what, it's a good buy. And who doesn't need to send cards? So and you know, the fact that especially when it's these cards that, you know, require a bit of thoughtfulness, you know, for the person to receive it to realise that you actually spent a wee bit of time making the card and thinking about them. And obviously paying attention to your own mindfulness. So there you go. The stamping is very therapeutic. Right, so let's see what we have in here then. So we've got some picture ideas of what to make with what's in the box. Some wee instructions. I won't probably follow all that. I'll probably just look at the picture and do my interpretation of the pictures. So it's 3 different style of cards and 3 of each. So from this, 9 cards you can make, but then you have loads of bits and pieces left over. You still have your stamps. You know, you've got sequins here, twine, your Stampin' Dimensionals, all your envelopes, and they are decorated inside as well to go match the card that you're doing. Then we have, oh look at this, die cut words in 3 languages, in French, German and English, the thinking of you. That's beautiful, beautiful script, and all you've got to do is pull that out. So again, if you've got any friends in Germany and France, you're ready to send them you know, a sentiment. Oh gosh, my words didn't come with me today. And look at these beautiful gold foil doily type. Aren't they beautiful? And then we've got card bases, so we've got 3 in this kind of stripe. I would say that's just jade. Front and back, which is why I'm thinking we can use them to make alternatives. And then look, vellum, gold foiled vellum, my goodness. They've pulled the boat out on this, haven't they? Beautiful, beautiful. Then I would say this is Rococo Rose, which is one of our retiring colours. Isn't it? Beautiful. Not got enough room on my desk to spread them out. And then some more die cuts. Beautiful bouquet of flowers, isn't it? Woohoo! Just gorgeous. So there's that, and then these ones, and I would say that is Rit Razzleberry. What do you think, folks? Yep, so 3 card bases for that, and then we've got die cuts to put our sentiments on as well. So whoa, what a way. So there's extra of everything, because you only need 3 of these and you only need 3 of these, so you've got 2 of each extra. So yeah, you can go on and make more cards with this. Yeah, aren't they stunning? Oh, thanks Shirley, see you later. Right, so let's make a card. Let's make a card. Everything's spread out. Now, if you look at this, you will see that this matches the same pattern that's on the paper that we all got free during celebration, during January and February. This paper was free and I've got tons of it left over. So, as well as offering brand new stampers, a block to go with the paper pumpkin, anyone who buys a paper pumpkin from me will also get some bits of this paper so they can add to that, because I do have a bit left over, so you'll get a wee share of that. I've got another couple of packs, to be honest, but that print is in it in different colours. So right, so let's just take this, one of these. I'm going to put bits back in the box that I'm not going to use. We'll have one of these, one of these. I'm just trying to put so that I don't get in such a muddle. One of them. So I always end up in a big muddle. And then we'll keep a yellow envelope out, pink envelope out, and I'm assuming there's a green one. Yay! Right, so hopefully I'll get in less of a muddle. Anyone want to lay bets on that? Oh yeah, the pink ones. We'll keep a pink one out and put the other 2 away. Right, so, and I've got the pictures here to kind of guide me. I'm not going to take it too seriously though. Okay, I'm going to start off with, what am I starting off with? This. That one, and according to the picture I need one of those and one of those, so this is an extremely easy card. Whoops, it's got some sequins on it and some loops of that stuff, so yeah, we'll be away and we'll have a card soon. Okay. Oh, you're pottering in the garden. Oh, hi Karen. Oh, goodness me. Hi Karen. Hi Linda. So hopefully I've said hello to everybody. Yeah, so yeah, just playing it. I'm totally chuffed with this. So there's glue dots here. There's dimensionals. I'm going to keep my wee ink. I usually give them as gifts to new people. So I'll bring out my big Mossy Meadow pad for stamping. So what is this one is, sorry for your loss. I mean, it is, sadly we mostly do need these cards, and sometimes it's easier just to have a wee stack of them ready to just send, so you can do it right away. I like these die cuts with the nice line. It just gives that a nice border. It makes it defined. So just inking up. See, if you lay that like that, just for my new people, that is as hard as you ever need to press. You don't need to put pressure on. You just tap in on the surface, and even at that, look, I've got far too much ink on there. Still managed to get. So I would say when you first get some ink and stamps, get some scrap paper out. Beautiful script. And close it up. Obviously if you're doing that you could stamp all 3 that are like that if you were just going to do the cards. If you're a first timer and you're doing the cards as they come. Yep. So then it's really just a matter of taking this and you can stick that with the glue dots. You don't need any tubes of glue for these kits. Although I'm not awful clever at getting these off, but let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3 maybe. Or you could have used the dimensionals and put this, but I'm going to put dimensionals on that, so I didn't want to make my card. And look, just with my wee fingernails that are just nigh on not fingernails, just aiming that roughly at the middle and then just getting some of the loops of this twine. Again, you don't have to use it, just adds an extra little bit of texture and interest in your card. So that's going to go there, so we'll just have some loops under it. That's if I can find. So what's everyone up to? So I've been up quite early this morning, but I've been sitting on the couch, drinking coffee and knitting my socks off. Just turned a heel on one of the pair of socks that I'm doing just now. So I'm just going to do this in a kind of a big, I think this will be big enough. Just a couple of times round my hand. And then, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? Because I can never do this. I can't tie a bow and I'm not awful good at doing loops, so I'm really probably shouldn't be showing you this. But hey, let's get a dimensional in the middle and then we've got something. We'll start again. Right, so stick the end of your loop onto the sticky bit, which obviously for it to be sticky you need to take the backing off. And then I'm just going to loop it. Once I stick this down, the loop will lie better. Just loop it a couple of times. Stick to my dimensional, that's it. And then we'll pop a dimensional on the top and bottom of this. And then it will also stick on there and hold my loops down. So we'll just pop that there and there. In actual fact, I'll stick them at the edges as well. So these dimensionals are really easy to work with because just double-sided pieces of foam. But believe me, there are companies that make these and they almost weld the backing on, but with these ones they come off easily. So spread your loops out of the way and then just stick your sentiment down and just let the loops, I maybe didn't use enough, but just let them do what they want to do. I thought there was another one under there. There is, it's got caught in the sticky. Because that's going on to foil, I've got a second chance. There you go. There we go. Just some bits of loops. Whoops. And then, oh Heather, today this is my work. This is my Stampin' Up day. Tomorrow I have to do my other job, but for today it's Stampin' Up. So just take these wee sequins and just add a wee bit of extra interest here and maybe some down here. kind of just roughly going with what Stampin' Up are suggesting in their picture. So I get 5. So there you go. There you have it. Card 1. Ready to be posted. I'm not so happy with my loops, but they're alright. They're okay. Artistic. Yeah, so that's one. Card done. So that's ready. Nice space inside. You could stamp in this one, you know, sharing in your sorrow, thinking of you and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. Do you know, to send to a friend or a family member. And sometimes it's hard to know what to write, so that kind of helps you there. With that one. And that's pretty, but it's not too overstated. You know what, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to make them to be single. There's just something annoying me, but actually like that better. You just got to do what pleases you, and that pleased me. So there you go, one card done. And then we'll take the pink one. Oops. Just use the back of my scissors here. What I'm trying to do is show you don't have to have everything. And then of course I've put black rubber off this. Right. We do have a bone folder which you can buy, but you know what, you can use what you've got around you. But that just helps that crease to lie properly. So then this one, they use this beautiful vellum layer, and they're doing this as a landscape card. And we're going to do Thinking of You. Oh, and it's a sticker. Cool, that's good. So we'll stick that on at the end. So we'll just keep that beside us because it's going to have some flowers. So this one uses these little flowers around here that are they're just die cut, ready for you to just pop out. 1, 2, 3, and these other 2 bits are used in the green card. So again, how are we going to attach the vellum? So we need vellum, you don't want to see any glue underneath, so have they put it? Yeah, I can see you can actually see their glue dots, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to be putting my flowers on, kind of. Well, this one, I'm going to pop this one, they've got that one down here, yeah, and then this one like that. So we could put glue dots under those areas where they're going to go, and then it won't show so much. So if I'm going to put them on with dimensionals to give the card, are we or are we not? Are we doing any dimensionals on this card? I don't know whether to do some of them flat and some of them, yeah, I'm going to pop, this one is going on after the sticker. Just forgive me while I think out loud. Just put up with me. Hey Wendy, and you come, beautiful lady. Just saw a beautiful picture of you this morning with your one of your wee girls when she was smaller, on your back. Right, so I'm just going to stick this about there on the vellum, and then this one in this corner, and that makes you look across the card. Just 2 or 3 of these wee glue dots. And then just take the back off them. If they want to come. Get them in my fingers. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Is it? Don't start singing. I can't get this back off. I did get it off, it just decided to stick itself back on again. So these are really straightforward and easy cards to make, even though I'm making it look hard. So, and then we'll pop some glue dots underneath here so that this will stick to the card. Thing with vellum is you want to put your, whatever you're sticking it with, glue dots or whatever, discreetly so that they don't show through. Now that was a good one because the bit came off on my finger. If you've got sausage fingers with me, like me, you're stuck. But you know, we've got to work with what we were given, so I do my best. I've got a sequin sticking to me now. I'm just doing this on purpose because this is what will happen when you're a beginner, and I just don't want you to think that you're doing something wrong. Haha. You can of course buy glue dots on a roll and then you don't have to deal with backings. But obviously this gives you enough just for the kit to get you so that you know if you would like to have more. So then just pop this, stick it, look at the sequin stuck to the finger with static. It always seems to be adorned with something. This just wants to stay. Right, so there we go, we've got that. Now we want to get the Thinking of You sticker. Oh. Just gently to take it off. There's maybe an easier way to do this. Just because it's script, it's just quite delicate, so just take your time getting it off. Just slowly release it off. You bend the paper, there you go, see? Got it. And it'll just keep sticking to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and I get my fingers off, that's it. See if I can get this out first. Just use my scissors and poke that out, and then we'll allow it to relax a wee bit. Just take your time though. So it's going to go across here so that it sort of touches both. Now if I just take your time and allow it to relax into itself, maybe. So don't try to stick it all down at once, just let it all come together, and as you see it has. Just because it's thin and it's sticky, it's slightly awkward, but you know, that was worth taking your time about. And oh, I've got that, this bits that came out, they're stuck to my desk, I have to get them in the bin. Right, they're gone.
And then there was just one more flower. I'm going to pop that on one of these dimensionals. And then just pop that in there. Job done. Another nice card, and again you can either write a personal message or you could use that there. And you've got these lovely wee flowers and leaves here as well that you can decorate with if you want. You've got loads, so you could stamp on the inside if you want. I'll just make up the 3 and then we can have a look, see what time we've got left. We can maybe decorate them or stamp something with the stamp set. So for this one, we just need card base. We need a die cut to stamp the sentiment, but I don't know where I've put them. I am scary. Did anyone see which way they went? Oh, there they are, right in front of me, perfectly visible. I need one of these. So as you see, the second card had absolutely no stamping required. Hi Renee! We are going to stamp on this one, and this time we're going to use this. Just take it off and let it relax. It's a good idea with these photopolymer, they're really quite sticky, and when you pull them off they might stretch, so just let them lie for a minute and relax. I mean the stamp relax, not you. You don't need to have a lie down, but you can if you want. And then just pick it up with a block, but as I say, there is a block comes that fits everything. That I'll give you a block if you're a brand new stamper. If you've not bought anything from me before, then I will supply you with a block to do your kit that you can then keep. Right, so then I've got this. I'll always be here for you. So just ink it up and then just make sure you're kind of straight. I always say kind of, because I always say a wee angle makes it look arty. I'll always be here for you. I would say I've over inked that, and that's because I've just re-inked this Mossy Meadow, and I think I'm actually going to have to scrape some of the ink off that. But if you're using the wee stamping spot, it won't be over inky. I will sort that out later, but I did have to re-ink that last week. Alright, so we've got our sentiment, we've got our bouquet of flowers already. I mean, clearly we could stamp the bouquet of flowers and colour them in, but for this what I wondered was, but I think it might not be, I was wondering if the stamp fits this, but I think it's smaller. Yeah, it's much smaller, so it's not going to just define that. Right, bear with me, I'm falling off my seat. Not good. Okay, so we have a strip of this nice, I say that's Bumblebee. And just pop that on with a couple of glue dots. Does it want to come today? So we'll put this bit down. I mean, it really is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right, there you go, that's that bit. That's going to go on there, but with a bit of dimension.
don't need a lot, but maybe just so it doesn't collapse in the post. Isn't that pretty? And then this is going about here. So I want a couple of dimensional, but we'll leave this bit loose because I want it to kind of sit on top of there. So 1, 2 dimensionals, but leaving a fair bit at that end, so that it sits nicely about there. And then some sequins, and these sequins are sticky. They've got sticky backs. So they just add a little bit of accent to your card. And there you go, a little over half an hour, and I've chatted with you, I've opened the box, I've laid everything out, and I've made 3 cards. So what do you think? Will we have a go at stamping with? I'm going to see if I've got a pack of our note cards. Hi Anthony, in you come. So what are these? These are some of our memories and more cards that I've got lying around, so I could use these. These are in basic white. Let's see what we can do with them and have a bit of play with some stamping for the rest of the time. Guys, I haven't put the fire on because it's quite nice and sunny here in Scotland, but if you're feeling a bit chilly and you want the comfort of a fire, just switch it on. It's all laid ready. I'm going to do some stamping directly onto a card, I think, or am I? I'm going to, yeah, let's just do let's have a bit of fun with the stamps and see where we go. You've been to the dentist, Renee. No point in having these lovely stamps and not making use of them. So, the thing is, I'm going to have to change colour though, because this is over inky. So just to show you what you can do, you could go on then, and if you've got other ink, but if you've got a non-inky pad, I'm going to do this in my beloved Night of Navy, just because I love it. Let's see what this stamp does. Is that big enough? This block, did I want to get a bigger block out? Not really. I want to be able to do it all on one size of block and show you that you can too. So you can stamp with, that and use blends if you have blends. But for a beginner, I'm just having a wee think here. Where have they gone? A more inexpensive way of colouring it in is our watercolour pencils. So I'm going to use this ink instead. I'm going to use my black Memento and stamp, and then colour it in with my watercolour pencils. Okay. Well, I'm not going to use water with this. So if I was going to use lots of water, I would use a different black, which is called Stays On. But because I'm not going to use a lot of water, I'm going to use one of our blender pens and we'll colour this in. So let's just, so if we just pop these flowers there, just one wee bouquet of flowers. You can make a very simple card here. I'm going to clean that off. And just to be sorry for your loss. And again, I'll just do that in the black. Just going to pop that down there. Sorry for your loss. And with this stamp, which I think is very appropriate on the inside of my card. Just doing all my stamping first. So again, this stamp is very useful because in these situations you often don't know what to write. Again, equally, this bouquet of flowers could, you know, that could be used for a birthday card. It doesn't have to be sorry for your loss. I'm just kind of showing you a simple way to use the stamps that you've got there. As I say, an add-on of a pack of watercolour pencils and a blender pen. It's not too expensive. So once you've made all your cards with your paper pumpkin, you will be left with quite a few bits and bobs, and you might want to make use of them. So I have no idea what we've got here. Orange. I'm just digging. I do like my melon mambo. Let's have some bright colours in here. So all you do is you just introduce a bit of colour into the bit where you want, and then you take one of the blender pens and you make sure that you didn't leave it dirty from the last time you used it. So just a few strokes and you'll get rid of the colour, and then you just add that to the, you're basically colouring in, but you're picking up the colour from your pencil. That is one way to use your watercolour pencil. Now there should be a yellow here somewhere, and there it is. For some reason my daffodil yellow's been sharpened to a wee short stubby pencil. And I can just use the other end of this pen here. Obviously I was using it with blue before, but there you go. And just blend in that yellow, and then again if you want to add, you know, some yellow to your rose petals, you can do that too. So you don't have to stick to the one colour, you just use this very lightly because it is a bit wet and you don't want to tear up your paper. Yeah, so you colour wise the world's your oyster because you can add and take away. And so again, a bit of granny apple green on some of the leaves. So I'm just going round. I'm doing this very quickly, but you could take your time with this. Again, you don't have to use them as watercolour pencils, you can just use them as colouring pencils and they work very well. The blending just smooths it out. But if you like, you know, colouring in, you can do, and then you could use another, that's not green Janice. Got another, that's Bermuda Bay, where we've got, here's garden green. So again, you could just shade in here. You can't, they blend together reasonably well as well. So do you know, it's just up to you if you want to take the trouble. So you've got wee variegated leaves here. just up to you to play away. What we got here, balmy blue, so like a nice blue flower. A wee yellow middle. To get my drift, you can just play. And so if you don't want to blend them, if you don't have a blender pen, doesn't matter, don't have to. If you do, use it. Just smooths the colour out. It just means you don't have to sit in colour for hours. You just put a stroke of colour on the bit that you want. It smooths the colour out for you. I think it's Heather's away to work and Renee's been to the dentist. Is that it? Or is Heather going to the dentist too? Goodness me. Right, yeah, so again, just use the colours you've got. I have no idea what I'm pulling out here. I think this is Flirty Flamingo. So let's have a Flirty Flamingo bow. And I've lost my blender pen. There it is. Just again, just rub it off on your paper, whatever colour you had before. Make that go away, and then of course sometimes by not cleaning off you get some lovely different blending colours combinations that you didn't plan for, but hey, sometimes that's okay. See if I can see any more leaves that add green. Now a big yellow rose, I think, this time. Again, you don't even have to stay in the lines, just, you know, just scribble your colour on there. I've got an orange for the middle. Yay. Pumpkin pie. I do have 2 packs of watercolour pencils here. We do two different ones, but they're, you know, they're fine whatever way. So you certainly could go on and use this stamp set. This is beautiful actually. And I'm not layering it or anything, I'm just doing it straight onto a card. So it'll be ready to go once you're done. Yay. Let's just add some colour to the rest of the flowers. I'm really going for very colourful flowers here. But just because it's a sad occasion doesn't mean you can't inject a wee bit of colour into it. And then we'll do all these little ones blue because they're making me think of forget-me-nots. I go quiet when I'm colouring. Can you talk amongst yourselves? Now we'll just do this one blue too. But obviously you just take your time and decide what colours you want. And have I missed anything hugely obvious? I'm just going to, instead of the usual yellow middle for the forget-me-nots, they're getting an orange one, all the little ones. There's 2 wee leaves there. There's my blender. Right. You see that just smooths and spreads out the colour, gives you a smooth finish. But as I say, you could just take your time and just colour with the pencils as normal pencils. They don't necessarily have to be watercoloured. Look, but if that's what you like, then do that. Oh, clean that off. In some ways just that little bit of colour left as it is does look a bit arty, but I'm just showing you lots of different ways to do things with the same tool. Sometimes just the suggestion of colour is all that's needed. But there you go, there's a wee bouquet of flowers and a little card. I put my pencils back. Maybe put the lid on my blender pen, but I don't know where the lid's gone. There it is, I see it. Yeah, the stems, I'm not sure. I think I might just leave them black. They're just thin stems. I'm just going to leave them as they are, Linda, I think. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'll just leave them. And then, don't want to overcomplicate it. And then we can add some sequins and finish it off. Where's my tool? It's a very simple, not hugely exciting composition, but it's a card. And you've got a wee envelope here. You could decorate your envelope too if you wanted, or just leave it plain. As I say, you could in the card here, your bouquet of flowers here. Again, you could choose that. Just use a bit of it on the corner there, just to add a wee bit of decoration to your card. Whoops, and you're done. So there's another card. Very simplistic, but sometimes, you know, simple works fine. Again, you can use all the other bits from your kit. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. I may come back on today on YouTube and do some alternatives with what's in the kit. But for the moment, I'll tidy up a wee bit and let you see what you could make if you bought this. So again, this is available on my online shop at jazzledazzle.stampinup.net. It comes in at a £20 price point, which is excellent. You can order it online, or you can get in touch with me, especially if you live locally to me, and I will order it up for you. So there's a real alternative one with our stamping. We keep it simple, but we don't have to keep it simple. We could have made it very decorative, but I just stuck with simple today just to show you. You can get practicing on your stamping. So thanks everybody. I actually think that's quite pretty. So thanks everybody for coming in this morning to watch. It's a bit shorter than usual. I usually go over. But yeah, we'll have a lovely day. I'm going to make a coffee. I didn't bring my cuppa to Cuppa and Cards. I forgot. I'd started and then remembered. So I'm going to get a cup of coffee and actually go out and sit in the sun with it and have a think about what we might do later on. So thanks very much everybody for coming in for a look. I will pop this up to YouTube later. Have a fantastic day everybody. And don't forget to get in touch if you want to have one of these kits. Okay, thank you. Thanks very much, Karen. Enjoy your day, everybody. Speak to you later, if I can find a way out.